This is the demonstration video for the Electrovert OmniMax 10 zone reflow oven. We're going to do this video in two parts. This first part is going to be with all the covers open, all the internal mechanisms exposed, so we can walk through the machine, show you all the internal components, and kind of hit the highlights of the work we do to these machines here at the Capital Equipment Exchange. Bear with me, I'll go as fast as I can. If I covered everything we did, this video would probably be an hour long, but we'll try and cover the main points. So the machine is running just in manual mode with the conveyor on. We're going to put a board on as requested. We've got the belt running a little quick just so we can get the board through. You can see it's holding its speed, no problem. I'm going to put that board on right away just so this can go through as we walk around the machine. Let it trigger the SMEMA sensor there so you can see that it's tracking through the machine. There you can see it's entering. So the PC is one of the things we go through. We remove the PC, open it up, clean it out. We make sure the CPU fan is running. We do a hard drive integrity check. Make sure it's fully functional, clean, and ready to go so you don't get surprised by something down the road. We inspect all of the conveyance. You can see we've got all the guards off here, but we check the bearings, the idlers, the tensioning system. We lubricate the chain. This machine has an auto oiler, which we'll show you in a minute. That's part of what we test. You can see the lines are full of oil. You can see we've cleaned in here. We put a piece of cardboard in there just as a liner, catch oil drips or parts, and you can always remove that and replace it as part of your PM. You can see we have the first stainless steel cover off here, so you can see into the baffle area, the entrance. You can see how clean it is. No drips or gunk. Alright, we'll keep going down the tunnel here. There's the oiling system. You can see it's at pressure. It's controlled, well, you can set it for how frequently you want it to oil, how long you want it to oil. This is the IFC system, the flux containment system. Part of what we do here is we open them up, make sure they're clean. We check all the blowers and we check all the heaters. So that system has been fully checked, is functional. These are all the bonnet fans. We also clean and check those. If bad, we replace. You can see the heat panels are clean. Sometimes people do pin and paste. It really fouls them up with solder drippings. We would split the chain, clean all that out. There's the board going through. We check and clean the width system. We lubricate it with the factory recommended lubricants. In this case, it's a Crytox product, so this has been all checked, cleaned. We check it for parallel. And we also inspect the chain guides and the rails to make sure they're not worn. Sometimes if people don't oil their chains properly, it'll wear out those aluminum rails. Not the case with this machine. The chain has been oiled. I think I mentioned that earlier. We went ahead and oiled it. We did have a crack in the seal for the reflow chamber here. We repaired it. But we're going to go ahead and replace it. We made the decision just to replace this whole seal, so that's on order. It'll be here, and we're just going to replace the seal here in this 7 through 10 bucket of zones. Here again, you can see how clean the zones are. This is the cooling area. There's 3 coolers, 3 independent coolers. They can be turned on and off independently. That will be tested when the chiller arrives. The blowers are all working. We're going to have it bypassed for now. So the nitrogen controls. More nitrogen controls. We'll walk back around the front. We can see the board progress. You can see it's working its way down the tunnel. We'll take a quick peek at the back side of the machine, look into the control cabinets. The paint on this machine is in excellent condition. We'll open these cabinets up show you how clean they are. This is part of, we open these, we inspect them. This is the all the CAN controls. You know, if wires have been tampered with, we find out why, clean it up, put it back to how it was from the factory. We replace all the duct covers if they're removed. Now this one, I forgot to open this door before I turned it on, so I'm only going to be able to show you this one side because it locks. Coming around to the back side, we also check the drive system. If the chains or pulleys or sprockets are worn, they're replaced and it's lubricated. Here you can see this has been all cleaned down here as well. Another liner installed. You can see how clean the baffles are here in this exit end. Got the cover off. The board should be working its way down. Now, one of the other things we do are these expansion joints on both ends. There's one on each end of each rail. We remove these, we clean them, and we reinstall them with the factory recommended grease. Very important, because if the rails don't expand properly, you'll get bowing, and that'll ruin the rails or ruin your product. This machine has a UPS. As part of our process, we check those. We check the condition of the battery. In this one, the battery was expired. So we replaced it with a brand new battery. So you'll be good to go for several years with the UPS. Here our board is coming to the end. It's going to trip this exit sensor here so the machine doesn't go into alarm. If it doesn't see this sensor, it'll think it dropped the board somewhere inside, which is a really handy option. Especially if you're running thin boards or something, one were to come off the chain. So we're gonna take that with us. You can see the rail width is good all the way through. Light tower function will also be verified. The next section of the video, part 2, we're going to close all the covers, and we're going to apply heat so you can see that the heat control system is working. That's part 1 of the demonstration of the Electrovert OmniMax 10-zone oven. This is part 2 of the demonstration video for the Electrovert OmniMax 10 reflow oven. In part 2, we have the machine all closed up, all the skins on, and it is in production mode. You can see the green light at the end there. We're going to do a walk around. I forgot to capture the serial tag the first time, so we'll capture that, and then we'll come back and show it changing temperatures and going to ready. You can see we have all the covers and guards back on. All the side covers, hood is down. We don't have enough power here to run this with all the zones maxed out, so we're just at 90 C right now. I can only increase it about 10 C at a time without stressing our circuits, so that's what we're going to do. We'll walk around and look at the back, get that serial tag. It's the back side, all the covers on. Get a shot of the serial tag. Closing in a little bit here. Back side of the machine. Alright, we'll walk around. We'll simulate changing a recipe. Well, we actually will change a recipe, but and in this recipe we're also going to have it change width, so you can see that that is functional. So here's where we're at now. Everything's at 90. We're going to open a recipe, and we're going to pick the one that says all 100. We're going to say open. It's going to bring up the hear the width going out. It's very quiet. Belt stopped while it's doing the width change. There we go, we're at 12 inches. Now it goes into a stabilization mode after it gets to its alarm band, which is within 5 of the set point, and then it'll give it another minute to stabilize for each zone. You can see the green light is blinking because it's changing over. Let's see if we can slide this out of the way so you can see the other values on the screen. You can see, let's go up a little bit here. Looks like we're at about 20 seconds until it's completed its stabilization. There we go. We've got one zone that drifted over a little bit. That's pretty understandable. At these low temps, they'll come down. I don't have exhaust hooked to the machine, so it's not removing anything, but it is ready. It's within the alarm band. If we give this a few minutes, it'll come down. So that's the demonstrational video, the Electrovert OmniMax 10.